At the Queen's Park Savannah in Trinidad. It is Sunday and we have a very, very calm weather here, and our people here have gathered in the thousands upon thousands to march around the savannah in solidarity with the people of Palestine. Okay, for the atrocities and all the crime and the sins and the suffering that have been perpetrated against the people of Palestine by the Israelis. And we here in Trinidad and Tobago, we have joined with the rest of the world in raising awareness and in giving support to the people of Palestine. Free the Palestinian people now.
Free, free Palestine!
So my friends, those of you who are locked on and you are looking at what is taking place, we are in full solidarity and we are showing love, respect, and we are trying to see how best, in our own little humble way, a message can be sent to those governmental agencies who are not seeing the atrocities that is being perpetrated upon the children, the widows, the orphans on both sides of the fence. Alright, so again, we are here at the Queen's Park Savannah in Trinidad and Tobago as we mobilize with our brothers and sisters showing solidarity to Gaza and to the people who are oppressed around the world. Alright, thank you.
Sorry,
Free, free Palestine! 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 Palestine is free! From the river to the
Yeah, good man, good man.
Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea.
From the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea.
Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down.
Here at the Queen's Park Savannah in Trinidad. It is Sunday and we have a very, very calm weather here. And our people here have gathered in the thousands upon thousands to march around the savannah in solidarity with the people of Palestine. Okay? For the atrocities and all the crime and the sins and the suffering that have been perpetrated against the people of Palestine by the Israelis. And we here in Trinidad and Tobago, we have joined with the rest of the world in raising awareness and in giving support to the people of Palestine. Free the Palestinian people now.
Free, free Palestine.
So my friends, those of you who are locked on and you are looking at what is taking place, we are in full solidarity and we are showing love, respect, and we are trying to see our best, in our own little humble way. A message can be sent to those governmental agencies who are not seeing the atrocities that is being perpetrated upon the children, the widows, the orphans on both sides of the fence. Alright, so again, we are here at the Queen's Park Savannah in Trinidad and Tobago as we mobilize with our brothers and sisters showing solidarity to Gaza and to the people who are oppressed around the world. Alright, thank you.
Sorry,
Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine.
Good man,
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down. Free, free Palestine.
Hello and welcome to Kakandi Drugs Pharmacy. We supply a wide range of medicine, supplements, over-the-counter medication, prescription medication, and medical equipment. Visit us today at Kakandi Road, Felicity, Chaguanas, or contact us at 345-6148. Call Ceiling Experts today. Quality materials, free estimates, affordable prices, professional installation, reliable and efficient service with over 20 years experience. We can build any design given to us. Quality over quantity. Lowest prices in Trinidad, so book us today.
Yes, Trinidad, your favorite Hardware Island Express. We now get some new stocks here. Fresh off the truck. Look at it. PVC pipe galore. Come down and check us, man. Lowest prices in Trinidad. We located at Rasheed Avenue, Kakandi Road, Felicity Shagonas.
Okay, my friends, those of you who are locked on, today is a special edition of Hard Facts, a beautiful edition of Hard Facts. So first and foremost, let me just take this opportunity to welcome each and every one of you to our program, Hard Facts, that is aired Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays on Sentinel Media Broadcasting. My friends, those of you who are locked on, we ask you kindly, please share this video. Encourage and ask other people to share this video so that it can reach as many persons as possible. Reason being, we are here wholly and solely to bring some sort of redress to what is taking place in our beautiful country, Trinidad and Tobago. And so much so, we identify the anomalies that is taking place around the world, in CARICOM Islands, in our own countries, in neighboring islands. We try our best to see how we can bring news that could bring some benefit and relief to the citizens of those countries and our country, Trinidad and Tobago. So my friends, I want to take this opportunity to welcome you to our program, Hard Facts, and to all our loyal, ardent fans, those persons who have been looking on and they have been waiting a bit with abated breath for us to come on live. I want to take this opportunity to invite you all to join our program. Join our, our discussion here by calling us at 740-3347. That's the number that you can reach us at. If you have any problem in your neck of the woods and you would like people to know what is taking place, for example, just as I came upstairs, Mr. Prem, as I came upstairs, a guy waited downstairs for me and he said, Imam, I have a major problem. And that problem is he has a tenant, and that tenant has been living in his apartment and has not paid that rent for 4 months. And that guy, my friends, he asked the tenant here what? Just evacuate the building and don't pay any money, you just move. And if those of you who are locked on and watching this show, you're going to realize, Prem, we have been saying that over and over and over.
Peacefully.
Move
out peacefully.
Yes. And I told him a while ago if he would like to come on our live show and start highlighting. But he said, he went to a lawyer and the lawyer gave him a notice that he's given that person a notice for 30 days. Imagine that. That's another month. And that person is not going to pay and he's going to leave that apartment in a nasty, really deplorable condition. And my friends, this is what is happening. So I want to send out a SOS. I want to send out a SOS to all landlords. Forget the tenants, because I know for a fact that majority, 95% of the delinquency, it comes directly from bad tenancy. So those of you who have problem when it comes to tenants, we are going to establish a unit whereby we are going to collect your rent for you at a minimal cost. And my friends, we are going to hire policemen, we're going to hire bailiff, and those persons who do not want to pay you, they're going to leave, they're going to be evicted from the apartment. Once you have a contract, you have a written contract that if they don't pay their monies, they have to be evicted immediately, right? So we're going to talk about that at a subsequent program. So again, my friends, I want to just take this opportunity to thank Mr. Premchand Baldeo, my friend. For the many, many years we have been friends. For example, yesterday, on a short notice, I said, Prem, we have to go to that protest. And he's going to tell you about that protest. So, Prem?
Yeah. So thank you very much, Imam. Assalamu alaikum,
namaste,
and a pleasant good afternoon, a pleasant Monday good afternoon to each and every one of you viewing us live on Sentinel Media Broadcasting in the different media platforms, Imam, Fire Stick, TikTok, YouTube,
and Facebook.
Right? So my friends, as Imam just said yesterday, the staff of Sentinel Media had a full day out in Queen's Park, Savannah.
Yeah.
On our arrival there at about 1:30 p.m., my friends, about 2 o'clock so, a sea of humanity descended
at the Queen's Park Savannah to show solidarity, to express their disgust.
Okay.
Their disagreement, the atrocities, the war crimes, the genocide that has been perpetrated against the people of Palestine. And we have a lot of videos today from India, from Russia, from different countries of the world, major countries that are showing solidarity for the Palestinian people. But we have to deal with our issues here first.
Yeah.
In Trinidad.
We have to deal with the Palestinian affairs when it comes to Trinidadian affairs.
Yes.
Because I tell you something, people have been lamenting over and over, and they have been asking, you know, why it is that, you know, you as an individual, why it is that we don't protest for the atrocities that is taking place in this country. And you and I would realize that by now we have been speaking aggressively, my friends, talking about crime, talking about the situation that is taking place when it comes to the governmental agencies. We have been doing all those things. So don't ever feel that you're going to palm that out on ourselves, our goodly self, because I tell you something, yesterday it clearly stated from the you know, the pulse of the nation. We saw people there, and I told you something, and I'm telling John Public outside there. Before I even leave home, I had the intuition, and I know exactly who is going to be there. Prim, I know exactly who. There's a group of people whom I am associated with in Trinidad and Tobago, right? And these fellas, they have been mobilizing when it comes to Haiti, when it comes to Palestine, when it comes to India, when it comes to any way that there is devastation, whether it be natural or man-made. We have been seeing this very set group of individuals, and they are working behind the scenes, and they do not want to be recognized, and they want to be people of, you know, not worldly people, but again, they want to be people of the hereafter. And they have been doing that effort and sacrifice. So I'll tell you all something. Those of you who didn't venture out yesterday because you feel that you had something better to do, I tell you all something. Yesterday, there was a demonstration of humanity, as my co-host mentioned. There was a flood of humanity, and I want Prem, as a non-Muslim, being part of that procession, being part of that rally, to really and truly identify what he saw, because basically when I speak, I will be speaking on an emotional tantrum, in the sense that I will be speaking on behalf of the Muslim community.
Being a Muslim yourself.
You understand? Being a Islamic and an imam and a Muslim person. So I want Prem to really and truly carry on this segment of the program and identify what Prem have seen on that platform yesterday at the Queen's Park Savannah in Trinidad and Tobago. Prem?
Well, thank you very much, Imam. So, my friends, first, I would like to say, for those who were there, it was a divine experience.
Correct.
And for those who were not there, you have missed half of your life. The energy, Imam, you know, the excitement, the gusto, the temperament, the love that was being generated, especially with the chants. From the rivers to the sea,
yeah.
Palestine must be be
free.
Free Palestine now. That chant, if you were there, your blood will begin to boil and crawl in love for what is happening in Palestine. My friends, not only members of the Islamic community were there, there were non-Muslims there, Hindus, Christians, Baptists, Baha'i, you name it. They were all there, and they were all in unison, in one voice chanting. And as I said, the atmosphere was so calm and so peaceful and so soothing. It actually brought tears to some people's eyes.
Yeah. I saw that. And
then there were people from, I tried to interview a guy from Pakistan, but he declined to go on camera because of international reasons.
Yeah.
Right? There were people from India who came from India to Trinidad to join in that. There were Guyanese people there. There were other Caribbean country people there. A whole lot of people there, Imam. Words can't express it.
And you know the sad thing about it, when we look at the amount of persons who were there, we look at the number of personnel who would have been there. As I said before, I know these people, and I know this group of people who would really and truly muster their support and their followers
but you know
to be there.
Imam, let me cut you there. I did not see any member of parliament from both sides of the fence.
Yeah.
I did not see nobody there. I did not see any permanent secretary, any what you call any mayor,
Any councillor.
What is really happening?
And it clearly...
And that is a major national issue, should I say?
Yeah.
Right.
And this is clearly indicative of what is taking place, because I tell you something, when a man's house is on fire, he would know exactly the amount of heat and the amount of pressure and stress that himself and his family is going through. And people from the outside, you know, some people would lament and maybe say, we feel your pain and your anguish. But I tell you all something. Yesterday, after coming home from that rally, right, and I went in my room, I walked out of the room, Prem, and I went outside. And I sat outside for maybe 45 minutes, and then the place started getting dark. Simply because
You had to talk your feelings and emotions.
my emotions, and I could not even put on my television. I could not even eat a little dinner, simply because I have seen, and what I have seen when it comes to documentaries, other national stations, and you know, it is hard, and I mean, it is sad to mention this, that not one media house in Trinidad and Tobago came out to even identify, because I tell you something, it clearly indicates that you all don't care about news. All you care about is money. All you care about is dinero and dollars and cents. That's all. You don't care about sending and broadcasting news like the other 5 channels in other places in the northwestern hemisphere of Trinidad, of the world. My friends, again, those of you who are locked on, we are asking you to give us a call, identify maybe what is your emotions and what is taking place. And don't come and tell me that is a war. Don't ever use that word war. That is not a war. That is genocide. That is people who have power. It is bullying to the highest level. Where are you going to flatten? You know, the last set of news I got this morning is that there's one hospital that has, I think, 40,000 people. And Israel is giving them an ultimatum. Israel is giving them an ultimatum to evacuate, because they are going to blow. They are going to blow up that hospital. And you know what? Under the pretext, just like how they went in other countries, right? They are doing the very same thing. They are saying that Hamas has, you know, their underground network and headquarters at the base of the hospital. And these are ridiculous assumptions. Prove it. Why it is? If you want, you are so brave, okay? You are so brave and you are so strong, and your military powers are so much. Why it is that you cannot go there and combat them, hand-to-hand combat? Why it is that you have to kill 40,000 people? Innocent civilians. Why don't you all take your troops and go on, if you find that there is, as you are claiming, in the last hospital that they have blown up, they claim that was an underground headquarters of the Hamas, right? My friends, if this is the case again, identify it and show John public, and go outside and use a hand-to-hand combat. You can't blame Peter for Paul and Paul for Harry and Harry for Mary. You can't do that. And that is what you are doing under the watchful eyes of whom? Of the entire international world.
Correct.
We're talking about places like India. We're talking about big places. We're talking about Canada. We're talking about places like America. We're talking about places like Europe. We are talking about these things. This is real talk. The hard facts.
As we were having our march yesterday in Port of Spain,
Yeah.
there was a similar march in Guyana. The chant was the same.
Yeah.
Free Palestine, free Palestine. And we have a video there in India. Yesterday they conducted a march. There were millions and millions and millions of people, not only Muslims, the whole nation, many multi-religious organizations, they were
Present.
marching the streets. And Director, let me have that video, please. In India. Take a look. When our people don't want to come out and walk.
Yeah. In our own people in Trinidad and Tobago. Animosity and hatred, malice.
Small as well as large groups gathered,
Look at the crowd.
marched
Man, look at that
towards the
crowd.
Yeah. Ants doesn't have room to walk there.
That they have millions there. Millions came out. And you know the placards, they read the same as we have here.
Yeah.
Imam, may I ask a question? Is there a rift in the Islamic community in this country?
In our country,
Yeah.
I tell you something.
Because I expected, you know, I mean, we had thousands here present. I expected more.
I would tell you something. Being part of one of the largest Islamic organization in Trinidad and Tobago, being part of that organization for 17 full years, being on the executive for the past 17 full years. And I tell you something, they have not even taken a stand up to this point, up to this day. They have not written the Prime Minister of this country. They have not sent out a press release stating what is their stance when it comes to Palestine, when it comes to the people of the Gaza, when it comes to every issue in this country. They remain as though they are dormant and they are sleeping. And they, you know what, they wake up after and they want to be recognized by the government, and the government is foolish. Our government in Trinidad and Tobago, if you really understand who represent the Islamic community, it is not that big organization. I don't want to call their name, but it is not that big organization. The independent Jamaat, the independent Jamaats in this country, the independent masajids in this country, they hold the legality of representing the Islamic community in Trinidad and Tobago. Our group Ummah TNT that we formed, it had 27 Jamaats. When we look at the big organization, they don't even have 27 Jamaat in their threshold. They don't have that. They have a few Jamaats and they claim, and they're always thinking that, we are the biggest organization. We are the biggest organization. We represent the Muslim community in Trinidad and Tobago, and they have not seen it fit to organize one similar rally. We are not taking up guns. We are not taking up artilleries. We are not taking up machetes. We are not taking up anything like that to go and fight any war. Right? We are not doing that because we can't do that. Our hands are tied. We are wearing dark shades. Our feet are tied and we have no freedom. But again, my friends, if our hearts are free and we could be able to come out and speak and let people know how our emotions are and stop hiding.
The rest of the world.
Yes, like the rest of the world. Yes. Then something, we are going to be respected. Our organizations in this country are going to be respected because we need to stand up for what is right, whether it is for us or against us, Prem.
But again, Imam, no religious body in this country has ever come out with any statement supporting or against what is happening in Palestine.
No, we have many groups. We have some groups. We have some Islamic groups, but those are secondary groups. We're talking about there are groups like TIA, TML, ASHA, the Darul Ulum, and there are many organizations, the IMG, the Islamic Missionary Guild, and the Islamic Missionary Guild, and we're talking about IBN, that's the Inshan Ishmael thing. He was there, and he was there in his full glory. IMG was there, and when you look at the bigger organization, it is as though if we go there and we stand for what is right, and the government withhold our funding, we are going to die. We are going to drop down and dead. Because something, we have schools, right? And if the government, we take a different stand from no, we have to understand this. If the government is right, we support the government. If the government is wrong, we have to identify and show the government that what you are doing is wrong. We have to show, we have to sit with our Prime Minister, we have to sit with our ministers and let them know clearly what is taking place. And we have alims, a Maulana, a Mufti, a Sheikh, a Hafiz, a Imam. These are the people who persons are looking and trying to identify with. But again, my friends, this country has reached that boiling point. It has reached that boiling point where we are crying when it comes to the Islamic religious fraternity. We are crying out for a good leader. When it comes to the opposition, we are crying out for leadership. When it comes to the government of Trinidad and Tobago, we are crying out for leadership simply because they are taking up responsibilities that they do not have the know-how, the knowledge. They don't have the love for it. All they're concerned with is myself, and I. We're going to take a break, my friends. When we come back, we ask you all to call us. And before I go there, I just want to say a special, I want to salute our listeners. Sister Sumintra Maraj, Esther Karim, Srimati. I want to, people like Devika, Stanford, Shirley, Elsa, Moses, Ansar, and all these persons who have been supporting us, Devi, and all these persons, my auntie down in the Valencia area, Sister Zora, and all these individuals who have been working tirelessly to promote our show. I want to say hats off to you. Thank you all very much, because I tell you all something, without your support, we are nobody.
And Clive Abdullah.
And Clive, yesterday we'll talk about that. I think we have the interview. So we're going to take a break. Those of you who are locked on, we are here really and truly clamoring and lamenting on the issue what is it that our Prime Minister You know, what is our Prime Minister is making any statement? Our religious leaders, are they making any statement? Or is this not enough?
Imam, it seems as though they are waiting on the leader of the opposition to make a statement, and then they will say she's out of place.
Yes, exactly. Because Kamala Prasad Bisasa make a statement, and when she made that statement, everybody was in halubalu. Hey, yeah, you do this, that, the next time, whatever. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, join us, my friends. Do not leave. Join us. Continue supporting our program, Hard Facts.
Text a message and call in.
Hello and welcome to Kakandi Drugs Pharmacy. We supply a wide range of medicine, supplements, over-the-counter medication, prescription medication, and medical equipment. Visit us today at Kakandi Road, Felicity, Chaguanas, or contact us at 345-6148. Call Ceiling Experts today. Quality materials, free estimates, affordable prices, professional installation, reliable and efficient service with over 20 years experience. We can build any design given to us. Quality over quantity. Lowest prices in Trinidad, so book us today.
So welcome back, friends, to our program Hard Facts, viewed on Sentinel Media Live Broadcasting. We are in studio, the Reverend Imam and myself, and we are here 3 times a week, Imam.
Monday, Wednesdays,
and Saturdays. And, you know, off camera we were speaking just now. We are here praying. We are here shouting. We are here yelling. We are here quarreling sometimes. And of late we have been crowing too.
Yeah.
Right, Imam? So, my friends, back to our own shores now.
Yeah.
Okay? We have started venturing outside, back to our own shores. Now, the Prime Minister of our beloved country, the Honorable Dr. Keith Rowley, after the budget presentation, promised that the 4% back pay will be paid to the public by Christmas. Now, he has changed his speech, his tongue, and said it will be paid the earliest in May 2024. Why, Mr. Prime Minister? You are the head. If I tell my children, Imam, that I'll give you $100 to buy the ice cream, I have to do that, right? The money is there. How can I make such a statement if the money is not there? I cannot be false. Can you tell your congregation in the masjid that we having Friday service? Okay, what was it? Was it Islamic? Jummah. We having Jummah. And lo and behold, you see it fit not to go there and stay by your hard way.
It clearly indicates that there are people who do not have value for their words. Because if I tell you something, I tell you I am coming, I am coming. If I tell you I am not coming, do not look out for me. That is exactly what word is. A man's word is his honor.
Look at the office he holds.
You wouldn't believe this, right? When the Prime Minister made that pronouncement.
Imam, you know what preparation people began
making?
People
have already started making preparation. I will buy
to paint the house, curtain, yes.
And they have promised their little children, the kids,
right.
that you know, this time around, last year I couldn't buy anything for you. This year I'm going to buy that bicycle for you.
The fridge conquered 8 months now.
Yeah.
And
now you saying that is totally ridiculous and unaccepted, Dr. Keith Rowley.
From the holder of the second highest office in the land.
I tell you something. I think that you need to come outside and make it clear and at least apologize for that, because what you have done, you have broken the hearts of the very spirit of Christmas. I am not a Christian, but you realize that when you promise people for December, it clearly indicates that you are preparing those people to have a blessed or a bountiful Christmas.
Yes.
Right? And here it is, you are taken back, you are going back on your words. So
and it's not the first time. I
think that warrants an apology and maybe a proper explanation. Right? And you were telling me something again, Prem.
Yes. And there's a clip also, I don't know if our director has it, where the Prime Minister stated that Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, that is, $55 million, right, was spent on a property that was never used. And that property was supposed to be occupied and used by the DPP, the Director of Public Prosecution Office, right? to house the DPP. Now, why wasn't the building used? Imam, do you have any? I have information here. I can read it
No,
out.
I'll tell you something. Right? This clearly indicated that somebody somewhere out there has been benefited by that transaction. Clearly. Whether you like it or you don't like it, that clearly indicates that you have invested $55 million of our TT hard-earned cash that was earned and generated via people getting ticket, people getting fined. They're getting fined for a bucket moving on a van tray. They are getting fined for smooth tires. They are getting fined because they don't have an inspection certificate. They are getting fined because, my friends, you and I, we do not have anybody to stand up for us. We do not have a proper law system that can advise us and say, here what? Like when, I was abroad, right? And maybe every 1 mile, every traffic light, there is some big lighted signs stating that if you are in an accident or you need a lawyer or you need some case tried, you can call these numbers and they will tell you once you have a winning case, you come here and before the case starts, they can tell you exactly how much million, how much $1,000 you are going to be getting from that case. That has to start in Trinidad and Tobago. That has to start in Trinidad. That is the only time people are going to buck up and people are going to do what is right. Because as I tell you earlier, this guy is renting this apartment, and when that person called that name for me, that man is the person who I have been speaking about on this show. I have been speaking about people who rent for 4 months and they live for free and they go by another person
and
again
repeat the same
and
mistake.
They repeat for the same thing, and the law of the land is for these people. The law of the land is for these people. You cannot evict them. I don't know why you cannot evict them. Why you cannot evict these people who are bad tenants? You always have to give them 30 days notice. You have a contract stating that if you do not pay within the stipulated time, you have to give them 14 days. For what reason? It is to throw them out. And when I tell you something, when you see in this country so many things happening, adverse things happening, you are going to ask the question, why? These are the people who are causing it. They are putting undue pressure on citizens of this country. A man take a loan, Prem, and he go out there and he say, okay, rental and thing, making a little money, I could live a little comfortable. So he build a 4 apartment or he build a 2 apartment. And I want people outside there who listening to call the show, stop backing down and frighten and stop hiding. If you don't want to call their name, call and identify the area in Chaguanas, in Enterprise, in Londonville, in Arima, in Grandy. Call and tell us about these people, because I tell you something, it is a hornet's nest. Really, like a jet nest, you only just choke it like this, you prick it like this, you know what is going to happen? Everybody's going to come out and talk. This is what is happening. People need to come out and talk, because these tenants who come in your building, they are thieving from the bulb, they are thieving the doors, they are thieving the toilet handles, they are just thieving you, and you have nothing to say, you can't say anything. I am telling you all, you have a voice, call the station and let people know what is going on. Let us be more stringent on who we are taking in our apartments, because these people will put you in trouble. These people are going to put you in trouble. Here it is in this country. A building was built, an investment was made for $55 million.
And never used.
Who is the owner of that building, Prem?
Well, listen, I cannot say. The government will know, because they rent.
Yeah, they renting
right?
building. Yes.
Why that DPP, that building that was that was supposed to be occupied by the DPP office and was not occupied? Why? Because the building was not equipped with bulletproof glass.
Right.
Okay. There were no proper fixtures for the storing and safekeeping of classified information and files. All right. The DPP office has been short-staffed for the past 10 years. The DPP has been lamenting that over and over, and nothing is being done, thus resulting in a build-up and backlog of cases to be placed before the courts. It is unsafe for a DPP office, and the government, they knew that.
Watchman, have people who is in charge of procurement, right? And they will be able to go and, and find out and advise and collect information and data and pass it on. They would pass it on. Right? You telling me a building went up for $55 million. They're not $55,000. That is not a little small apartment building. And you telling me that that wasn't in the specs, bulletproof glass, proper facilities. Why you building a building and you don't put a proper measure in place for the DPP of the country? Why? Then something is wrong. Then you all are a set of jokers. You all are a set of jokers taking contract, living, living mighty and high out of the fat of the people of Trinidad and Tobago.
And you know something, Imam? Nobody is going to be held responsible for that, for the squandermania of that $55 million.
If the head bad, you expect the foot. You expect the foot to be good, Prem? Let me be real. Let us be real. You have a body. You have a body, right? And your head, right? The computer of that body is not functioning properly. You expect the limbs and the hand and the foot and the toe and the belly and everything to function?
Then what should be done, Imam?
What you need to do is to be beheaded. It's to be beheaded. You have to behead that body. And I'm not speaking about any individual. I'm just using it as an example.
Political surgery done.
Yes, we just using this as an example.
Analogy.
Yes, I'm telling you, if you have a body, right, and that body up here, this brain, this faculty is not correct, how you expect the hand and the foot? That is why, it is as though this government or this country have a stroke.
And the people do.
Yeah, because nobody saying anything. I am saddened, as I said before, I am saddened with the amount of people that turned out yesterday for that rally. It could have been 20 times that amount.
Yes.
20 times. Because if I look at the figure statistically, it would have been about 3,000 to 4,000 people. Right? And that is a margin. You look at 114,000 Muslims in this country. 114,000, around 15,000 Muslims in this country. You tell me what percentage is that? And I tell you something, you all could not have anything better to do, because I tell you something, that very sad situation could be happening in our own country at this present time, and nobody's going to stand for you. If you stand for what is right, my friends, my brothers and my sisters, you stand for what is right because it is the right thing to do. You suppose individuals, when that call is made, and I'm going to give it a benefit of doubt. I'm going to give it a percentage. Maybe some of the people didn't know, right? And say maybe they didn't know. But I'd say that the biggest and largest organization that claim to be representing the largest body of Muslims in this country, why it is that they are so silent when it comes to issues of national importance in Trinidad and Tobago. So my friends, those of you who are locked on, please call us. I just want to say a special hello to Savi Sonawa. And I'll tell you something. 2 weeks ago, I highlighted that the councillor for that area, Mr. Dubraj Pasad, the chutney singer, Dubraj Pasad, right? And the person was saying that he was the councillor for the area, and no work has been done there. It seems as though some work have been started, so I want to say hats off again to Mr. Dubraj Pasad. Continue your good work, my friend. I do hope and pray that people will understand that your hands are tied when it comes to certain elements of really spending and so forth. But again, you are doing the right thing. Now we're going back to this, Prem. We're going back to this before we take the break.
Go ahead.
You mentioned something here. Word come to me, and we have been talking about this. There's a certain, I want to use the correct word because I don't want to let the cat out of the bag. But there's a certain element that has spoken to me, and they are saying that the job that was done, the one that we were speaking about in Greenwich Road, Felicity, where the box drain water was supposed to go down, on the west, and it is on the east. We have that video, but it came to my knowledge that has to be broken down and rebuilt.
Somebody going to gain
so somebody is going to get another set of money again, and we have special advisors to the borough and special engineers and surveyors. I will be looking at that carefully. I didn't really want to let the cat out of the bag. I wanted it to break first. To break first, and then I would highlight to the government of Trinidad and Tobago, this is what is happening in Chaguanas. This is what is happening in Chaguanas borough. And I really don't care a damn. I don't really, because I am not contesting any political position in this country, because I tell you something, once you join a party, once you say that you belong to a party, you have become muzzled immediately. Crazy glue has been placed on your lip. You can't utter a word. You can't say anything that doesn't have to go through the party secretariat and the party leader and this one and that one, and you can't say anything. And anytime you say anything for the betterment of the people, then if you are PNM, they say you UNC, and if you UNC, they say you PNM, and that is how they get away with maligning the character of individuals. So we are going to stay neutral on this program. We want help, yes, we want help for the people. We want help for Kolahal Road. We want help for the cremation site. We want help for Greenwich Road. We want help for Lacan Street. We want help for Temple Street. We want help for Chanagar. We want help for Joyce Road. We want help for Enterprise Street. We want help for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Right? We want help, and we don't want you because you have a party, you are going to be muzzled. Prim, tell me if that is not true.
It is true. That's not true. And as you're on that topic, right? I want to call on Councillor Adrian Ali, the councillor for the Carolines Savannah Road area. Mr. Ali, I passed in Carolines Savannah Road this morning and I saw temporary road restoration work is taking place. You know, potholes are being patched and whatnot. I would like you to focus your attention also on Upper Ashraf Road, Charleville. Come to that road, see the condition of it, and do something quickly. Let us take our break.
Okay, thank you very much. So again, Director, let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to do our bidding again.
Hello and welcome to Kakandi Drugs Pharmacy. We supply a wide range of medicine, supplements, over-the-counter medication, prescription medication, and medical equipment. Visit us today at Kakandi Road, Felicity, Chaguanas, or contact us at 345-6148. Call Ceiling Experts today. Quality materials, free estimates, affordable prices, professional installation, reliable and efficient service with over 20 years experience. We can build any design given to us. Quality over quantity. Lowest prices in Trinidad, so book us today.
Yes, Trinidad, your favorite Hardware Island Express. We now get some new stocks here. Fresh off the truck. Look at it. PVC pipe galore. Come down and check us, man. Lowest prices in Trinidad. We located at Rasheed Avenue, Kakandi Road, Felicity, Chaguanas.
So welcome back, friends, to our program Hard Facts, viewed on Sentinel Media Live. And my friends, a lot is happening in and around the world. It seems as though, Imam, I was looking at a video, our director don't have it as yet, where the Turkish president is calling out the Israel president and is saying to him, Get ready. World War III is befalling us. Imam, what kind of talk is that?
No, basically, when you look at what is taking place, Prem, I tell you something. We are living in borrowed time at this point. We are living in borrowed time. A guy came to me a while ago, right? And he said to me, he said, Imam, my boss is resigning. Right? My boss is resigning. And he wanted to get some advice. You understand? So I asked him, I say, how old your boss is? And he gave my age, 65 years. And he told me that his boss is catering for up to 85. He's catering until he reach 85 years old. So I tell myself, I say, Prem, boy, I don't want to call the guy name, but I said to him, I said, look, if we live up to 70 years, we're lucky. Right? The state of crime, right? The condition of food and things that we eat. And when you look at what you buy in a hot dog, right? You buying a hot dog and you seen all this chicken guts and all these things that hey, reality check on people. We had to be very, very careful of what we eating, what we drinking, where we going, who we meeting, what we doing. We had to start to examine ourselves because many of us, we have retired already and we don't know. When you reach a certain age in your life, you have to find your creator and try to get the better understanding of God Almighty. It is something that you should have been doing in the entirety of your life, but because of, I'll tell you something, when you examine a person's life, he goes to school for 18 years. 18 years of his life he go to school. And after going to school, then he has to go into some practice that he studied for. And then after that, he had to work to buy a car. And then after he had to work to buy a house. And then he's going to marry. You look at what is taking place now. People wait until 35, 40 years to get married. Yeah. And they're getting nobody. The train already passed them. Man and woman, the same thing. They end up doing all kind of haram and all kind of prohibited thing. At this point in time, we are saying, my friends, find your creator. Find your God of your understanding. And try to acknowledge him and worship him as sincere as possible. That is my advice that I gave the guy. Am I wrong?
No, that's a very good. It's the same thing in Hinduism, you know.
Yeah, that's why I tell them, I say, you know what? You want to go for holiday? Just now there is a travel ban around the world. You go in a country, you looking black like me, you will be targeted. And all these things happening, you are going to be stereotyped. And there's going to be so much phobia on you. You have to be very careful. You are in Trinidad and Tobago. Thank the Lord that we still have some sanity here. Again, there's so much criminal elements that is prevailing and taking over the country. And we are not hearing anything. Hey, we have a commissioner of police. Where is the commissioner of police? Where is the Minister of National Security? Where is the Minister of Health? They are only waiting on a disaster to happen to go and do every week to use my time.
To do press release.
And to use the citizens of these people, the citizen time, every Saturday and try to mamagai us. We told you all before the budget, that 5 and 4 hours, long longevity where you're going to read and read and read. All we want to know is what you all doing for help, what you're doing for the poor people, is gas price going up. That's all we want to know. People don't have a concern for nothing again, because I tell you, we are living in borrowed time, people of Trinidad and Tobago.
But Imam, you could get the full budget presentation, main information in the 7 o'clock news in 2 minutes.
I don't trust that news, to tell you honest about you. I don't, because if we had, I
didn't say which news.
If we, right, the population, the concerned citizens of this country.
But then you can't believe them. Back people are supposed to be paid for Christmas.
Yes, we concerned citizens of this country, whether it be Muslim, Hindus, Christian, Buddhist, Baha'i, wherever, right? I just want to say a special hello to David Abdullah, because I saw David Abdullah there, and I think he gave a statement.
We did an interview, Imam, but the wind was so much, the voice was muffled and that sort of thing.
So I want to say hats off to David Abdullah for coming out there and showing his solidarity, because I know for a fact that he is the Sunday press release man, right? And I'm telling you all, being there, and I look at what how he was carrying about and conducting himself, I saw sincerity in him. And I think that it is trustworthy for me, and it is really and truly something that I has to speak about. I want to say thank you, a special thank you to Sharaz Khan, the goat and sheep farmers president. He was there. David Abdullah and many persons were there. The callers, please, they can call the other number there. Call the other number in the studio there.
Now,
right?
Now, Imam, we have a video that I picked from the internet, okay? And this video showed, director, can you pull that video in Russia? Russia is in support of Palestine, and look what is happening in Russia, people. Pay attention. We here want to sit quiet and don't even go to the Queen's Park Savannah.
Yeah.
Look what is happening in Russia. No, that's the Venezuelan one, Russia. Okay. Okay, the video footage shows that an angry crowd in Russia running through the airport in Dagestan, seeking people arriving on a flight from Tel Aviv. All right? And these angry people in Russia, they are asking the airline crews, show us who are the Jews that came in that flight. You know why?
Yeah.
They want to maim, they want to murder, they want to kill them, all because of what is happening in Palestine.
Now, I tell you something. I have a little difference of opinion when it comes to that. Because I tell you something, there are many Jews who are not supporting what Israel is
And they
doing
are
at this
peaceful,
point.
loving people.
Right? And I tell you something, when you look at the casualties and you look at the amount of mortality that has taken place in this war, I think it's 28 days. I think it's about 28 days now. And my friends, again, those of you who are calling, call 740-3346. 47, sorry. Call that number, and that is the number we're going to pick up. I know some of you would like to say, maybe you want to contribute to the program, but as I said before, it is very, very important now that you call the number 740-3347, right? Whatever issue, whether you deal with the road, whether you deal with the banking system, whether you deal with the police, whether you deal with the media, whether you deal with government, whether you deal with opposition, feel free to call us, because I tell us something, this is your station. This is your program. This is not my program or Premchand program. This is your program. We are identifying some of the challenges and anomalies that you are plagued with on a daily basis. As we were saying, Prem, the Russian people, I tell us something. I would think before I do anything like that. But we see those people.
But you see, Imam, people react according to the information they have.
And they are doing that because just recently, one young boy, 14 years old, right? He was stabbed 26 times. And his mother was stabbed 13 times. The boy succumbed, and the mother still in hospital, and she can't recover because that a mother could not and never ever recover from seeing something, an atrocity perpetrated like that, where her son was stabbed. That is what you call hate. That is what you call hate crime to the highest level, and that has been perpetrated by the government of Israel. And all those persons, you know, in this country, right? There's something called aiding and abetting, and you get charged for that.
Yeah. Gambling and assembling to gambling is the same charge.
Aid and abetting. Take, for example, you are in the company of somebody who have a gun. You don't know, but you are there, or that person dropped in, and you are there. And in that person possession, there's an illegal weapon. All 5-6 people will have to go down.
Go down the road, yeah.
And they really and truly have to explain how and when and why. Now, my point is this, right? We are seeing countries of the world, right? And if is Russian Prime Minister or Turkey?
The Turkey Prime Minister follow the Israeli Prime Minister. That they are powerhouses, you know.
Yeah, and if they are saying to stop it, they already demolish. They already destroyed the Gaza. They already done that, right? There is no way that place can ever come back. The only way, let me tell you something, and I'm telling you all outside there this, and I want you all to listen carefully. We are not instigating any violence, and so don't ever try to put that charges on that we are trying to instigate violence. We are dissecting, right? We are dissecting as we see it, right? We are doing this so that you individual, because a fellow was telling me today, the same guy we were talking about, the guy who boss wanted some advice because he's going to retire soon and what to do. The same guy say, you know, Imam, I really don't know, and this guy is a senior engineer. He don't know what is taking place with this Israel thing and this Israel thing. I say, brother man, you have all that knowledge, right? All that knowledge. And you have not yet, you know, you're going to Google everything. You're going to Google what color the rat is, when you hear a baby rat, what color is a baby rat. You're going to do all that. You're going to Google that and Google this and Google the next. But you are seeing devastation into the highest level taking place, right? That could strike, that could ignite world war, a grand world war, that could destroy the whole human race. Because we are not talking about knife and fork and sword and guns and bullets and everything. We're not talking about anything. We're talking about nuclear weapons.
Biochemical.
We're talking about biochemical weapons, Prem.
You only breathe it, Imam.
Yeah, and we're talking about that is in the tip of people's fingers. And people are seeing that. And one man could get a mad head tomorrow and say, boom, and he pressed that. and that destroy the whole world, everything that is in it. And people are waiting on Judgment Day. We are waiting on Judgment Day. We are waiting on this and that and the next. And we are smelling the fragrance. We are smelling the aroma of World War in front of us.
Correct. Yeah.
My friends,
I like how you put it.
Yeah. So
Imam, you know, we from Sentinel Media Broadcasting would like to extend our deepest condolences to the family of Mrs. Helen Bhagwan Singh, who passed away peacefully this morning, 8 o'clock today. Due to her passing, all the stores are closed for today. And, you know, again, we would like to extend our sympathy to the family, the staff, and their customers also.
Yeah.
Right?
So again, my friends, those of you who are locked on, this is your program Hard Facts that is aired Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, where we identify and we try to get in accord with what is taking place.
Imam, what is happening in Palestine, that is in the other end of the world. Right in our backyard here, we have a situation that is kind of raging, so to speak, with Venezuela and Guyana. There's a video, director, where you will see Guyanese people, probably 150, 250 of them in a pirogue, a big boat, arriving illegally into the land of Guyana there. And volume, you can hear them speaking a little bit, right? More and more Venezuelans have come over to Guyana. And it seems the Guyanese authorities are unable to handle the influx. Porous borders, just like we had in Trinidad.
No, their borders is different. I tell you something, those islands like Wakanam, Supanam, Leguan, Essequibo, and all these places, they are very, very close to Venezuela. Venezuela water tricks, the same water that is there is the same water. And you're going to realize that it might take 15, 20 minutes on a River Nile kind of way, in calm waters to reach in those areas of Essequibo and Supanam and Wakanam and all these places. So again, my friends, those of you who are locked on, we are in a severe crisis when it comes to international issues. People are seeing this. I don't know how people could build hate, and they could hate another human being like that. How you could hate, and that's what I'm saying over and over. I've been saying this, people of Trinidad and Tobago. I've been saying this. When you calculate all the wars, all the World War I, World War II, and all the wars that took place, it did not take more lives than what different religious belief have taken when it comes to wars and hate crime and all these genocide that we are seeing, my friends. And then we are fighting down religion. We are fighting down, he's a Muslim, and he's a Christian, and he's a Hindu, and he's a Buddhist, and he's a Baha'i. Let me tell you all something today. Let me tell you all something, Trinidad and Tobago. God not stupid, okay? God is not stupid. God know who worshiping him sincerely, and he know the fake, and he know the counterfeit people in this world. And let me tell you something. You might feel that you are going to get away. My code and my thing is from Quran, where God Almighty says, for every atom of good that you do, you are going to be rewarded. And every atom of evil that you do, you're going to be punished. Take that and smoke it in your pipe. Those of you who killing people and getting away and hiding. Those of you who are embezzling the country funds. Those of you who are paying bribe and getting everything done while people cannot get water in the same street, you paying a bribe and you getting water in the same street, and that person have no connection and they are staying quiet. You see oppression, my dear friends, whether you are Muslim, whether you are believer, whether you are unbeliever, God Almighty says that the person who is oppressed, his prayer is answered. The oppressed person's prayer does not touch the ground. So if you are oppressed and people are oppressing you, don't fight, don't feel, do the right thing, go to the police, go to the law and do what you have to do, but go down on your knees, touch your forehead on the ground and ask God Almighty to help you. And I'm telling you, my friends, the oppressed one, his prayer never go unanswered.
Hellfire awaits the oppressor.
Correct is right.
Yeah.
So we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we do our final on our program, Hard Facts. Imam Rasheed Karim and Premchand Baldeo.
Hello and welcome to Kakandi Drugs Pharmacy. We supply a wide range of medicine, supplements, over-the-counter medication, prescription medication, and medical equipment. Visit us today at Kakandi Road, Felicity, Chaguanas, or contact us at 345-6148. Call Ceiling Experts today. Quality materials, free estimates, affordable prices, professional installation, reliable and efficient service with over 20 years experience. We can build any design given to us. Quality over quantity. Lowest prices in Trinidad, so book us today.
So my friends, welcome back to our program Hard Facts. With me in studio is the Chief Executive Officer of Sentinel Media Broadcasting, Imam Rasheed Karim. Very outspoken, very brave, very courageous individual. It is an honor, Imam, to be sitting at your side. Astute businessman, Minister of Religion, I respect him 100%. Now, Imam, I have a very hard question for you.
Ask me.
The Hindu community throughout the world, not only in Trinidad,
Yeah.
throughout the world yesterday ended their Ram Leela celebrations, right? With the burning of the effigy of the demon king that signifies Shaitan, or signifies everything that is adharma, or everything that is unrighteousness, right? That effigy was burnt in Trinidad, in Guyana, wherever Ram Leela celebrations have taken place, right? As I said, it signifies the victory of good over evil. All right? And that is only a significance. Evil is being perpetuated, evil is blossoming, evil is shining like the sun every day in this world. All right? What are we? No God is going to come to solve this problem for us. You know? He has given us free will. He has given us a time on earth. He has given us the knowledge. He has given us the tools to fight the battles of this life. When are we going to win this battle against evil?
Okay, Prem, I'll tell you something. Individually, this is a battle, individual battle. Every single person, I always mention this, fixing a nation one brick at a time. Yeah. That was the motto of the block factory.
Ravan people is not no man with 10 hair sitting on a throne, you know. Ravan is inside our own brains as an individual battle, as you just said.
In Arabic, we call it nafs, right? We call it the self-inclinations that people have. I'll tell you something. Once a person could be able to live with himself in a condition whereby he understands that whatever he's doing is to please his creator in a manner that is befitting, because a man could tell you, look, I doing this to please God, you know, but then again you're beating your wife, you're beating this individual, you're oppressing this one, you're doing that, you're doing this, and you say you do that to please God. It's not that. You have to understand this Prem all the time. And you said the Ram Leela finished. It didn't really finish because today
is Bharat Milap, my mistake. Yeah. But you know what happened? Use a Hindu imam.
Yes.
My apologies.
Growing up.
Today is Bharat Milap.
Yeah, today is the last year, right?
Oh God, you hit me for 6 with no ball. 7 runs to score. Today. Make a fool of them on camera.
No. Today is Bharat Milap.
You could have keep that quiet.
Oh, sorry. Yes. So my friends, again, those of you who are locked on, right? Now, Prem asks a very interesting question. Right? Individually, we have to be able to try to change and become a better human being first. That's the first thing. Because I tell you something, you could do 100 good deeds. And you do one mistake, you make one error. And people are going to look at that one error that you have made for a lifetime.
And magnify it.
Right? And that is why you have to live for yourself. You don't study people, because a lot of people today, when they commit suicide, it is because they are not living for their own selves. They are living for the neighbor. They're studying what that one doing.
What I want to say.
You get caught, yes. You get caught. Maybe you get caught in the act, or you get caught with your pants down. But there are people who are doing it every single day worse than you, because they ain't get caught yet. Their heads are high and their chests are billowing and they are walking like, they are walking on foam. My friends, those of you who understand, live this life for yourself and your creator. Please him first. Whatever actions that you are doing, try to do it for the pleasure of God Almighty. And then for the rest, if they don't understand you, they don't care about you, they don't believe you, they don't want to believe you, that's their business. I told a friend of mine, his name is Jairam. right? Jairam, he's an entertainer, right? And you know now it's Diwali time and they have a lot of Diwali programs and all these things, right? And my partner there, Jairam, put it out asking the opinion of the people outside there. He's asking, and I know for a fact, because I tell times are hard, right? And you look at the opposition, they have no money to pay you for no program. Last time Ricky Jai did that, he get blows. Anybody do that, they get blows. Some people tell him, well, look, here what? You don't participate in that because you will be branded for life. You is a PNM. You go in that PNM Diwali function, you are going to be branded for life. So people were given certain advice. You know what I told him? I told him this, number one. I told him, whether you do it or you don't do it, they're going to still brand you. Right? Number one. That's how people is. Because I am a person who went through that brunt of the sword. When it comes to the political sphere in Trinidad and Tobago, I am neither here, neither there, because people think that, you know, because I brought Terence Dial Singh to open a building in Felicity where we hosted a clinic, from that day on, they brand me as a PNM. Because I bring a guy who was a minister, and that organization that I am the chairman of, it is not my organization. It is an organization that has been established since 1990 under the Parliamentarian Act of Trinidad and Tobago. It so happened that I am part of that group, and I've been working with that group for the entirety of my life, and today I am holding the position of chairman. I brought him there, and he cut a ribbon, and from that day on, I was, you know what, I was placed in the doghouse, but I don't really care, because my doghouse is not your doghouse. My doghouse is comfortable. You living in a palace, and you are living in a doghouse, and you don't know that. All right, so my friends, again, those of you who are locked on, we would like to highlight some of the anomalies and situation that is taking place. Any videos that you have, any tenant in this country who is going through a problem with tenancy and you have a contract with that person's name, send it to us. We are going to highlight it on this program, and we are going to ask the relevant agencies, because it must have agencies that could help, not only help the tenant, but help the landlord. Because I tell you something, as a landlord, right, they have the privilege not to move. That is how the law is in Trinidad and Tobago, not to move. You can't take off their electricity, you can't lock up their water. But you know something, if you is a bajon, right, and you is a terrorist, if they want to call you terrorist as they normally do, when you stand up for the right thing, you is a terrorist. My friends, use the law, go to the police. For the guy who came to me, go to the police, report that person, go to your lawyer and get a bailiff and evacuate him and evict him, and take monies, take the equipment that he has, his welding plan and whatever he have, because he's a welder. Take all these things, take it as in lieu of the rental,
yes.
and the bailiff cost and all these things. This is what you have to do. Set examples, because too much of people in Trinidad and Tobago is taking advantage of landlords, especially landlords and landladies. If they have no husband or they have nobody to take care of their property,
more pressure.
They walk inside, they come in. I tell you something, I laugh, boy. I laugh when a man tell me what they do him. They take out the toilet, 2 doors, the toilet and the bathroom door. They take out the bedroom door and they take out the inside door, 4 doors. They take out every bulb. They take out the handles. They take out the taps. They scrap the whole apartment and they only leave the front door. So when he went in there and he looking from front, he didn't go same time. They went and dropped the key.
Everything looking intact.
And everything looked good. When he opened that door, he hold his head and bawl. This is the kind of tenant that we have today. So those of you who have problem with tenancy, let's highlight it here,
but
so
Imam,
that others can learn from that mistake.
This is going to be a deterrent for people who wish in future to probably build a little thing to rent out and whatnot.
Yeah,
because tenant give you pressure and property tax coming to give more pressure.
And that not that alone, Prem. Watch me. People, bandits too. Bandits see you own an apartment, they're watching you, you know. And they feel you have money, you know, boy. But they don't know you have to pay water rate, you have to pay electricity, you have to pay internet, you have to pay loan.
And the bank ball in your head.
You understand? They don't know that, but they feel that this man had 10 apartment, boy, and he have money, and that is what is going on in this country. So those of you who want to stay quiet, continue staying quiet and let it shaft you. Or you can call this program Sentinel Media Broadcasting and let us know. You don't have to call the people name. We're not going to call a name, but we're going to identify locations. Shagonas, Enterprise, Londonville, Chanagar, Charlieville, Abed Road, Felicity, Kakandi Road, Rasheed Avenue. This is what is happening. They're coming in your apartment, especially Spanish nowadays, who vex laws, especially the Spanish. They rent in 2 apartments and 2 people and 3 people come in, and then 15 and 20 come in the apartment. Let me be real. Let us be real. Let us talk about it. This is something that we have to talk about. And if you want to stay quiet, that's your business. You have a forum on our program, Hard Facts. Now, I'll tell you something. Not all is Spanish bad, eh? I have Spanish in my building, and I'll tell you something. Some of them really, really, really good. They look after the building as though it's their building. And then there are some of them like menace, like concrete termite, like iron termite. They destroy, they bite, they beat, and they eat everything.
So you have wood lice and you have
iron and concrete termite.
Lice.
Yeah. Right, Pim?
Well, Imam, we have a lot of information has crossed the floor today, and we are grateful for being here to bring this information to our viewers, and we pray and we hope that something good would be done for our let me just recap here. Our people who are expecting their 4% back pay for Christmas, all right? You have to hold your horse. The Prime Minister say earliest is May, all right? 55 million spent on a building that was never occupied or used, and it was designated for the DPP office. Reasons, we discussed that already. Venezuelans are arriving in droves in Guyana, and more are coming. Millions in India take to the streets in support of Palestinians. The video was shown. Our condolences goes out to Mrs. Helen Bhagwan Singh and family. The Turkish president, Imam, called out the Israeli president, and he says, hey, get ready. World War III is coming, befalling us. Okay, and that is real high-level talk. Yeah. Okay, we have a video footage that showed angry crowd running through an airport in Dagestan in Russia, taking out people who are arriving from a Tel Aviv flight and asking, show us the Jews. What has happened there? Mayhem. There is no law there. Okay. And finally, I would like to say, a sea of humanity descended on the Queen's Park Savannah yesterday in support of our Palestinian people. Imam?
Yeah. So again, thank you, Prem. Again, Prem, you were there in 100% full support, and myself and my team from Felicity and our director and his family were there. So we want to say a special thank you to all those persons. All those persons. I saw people with babies. I saw people who had wheelchair. I saw people who were sitting in stools. I saw people who were in a vehicle. They could not walk.
I saw some 5-6 years old children trekking that savannah. That's about 8 miles, you know.
Yeah. So again, hats off, and I do hope and pray that could open my eyes for the so-called group of people who claim that they are representing the Islamic community in Trinidad and Tobago, and they are like, you know what? They are like blind mice. They are quiet like lamb, and they don't want to make no mistake. You understand? They wait last minute.
How about we mobilize our people here in Felicity and environs, and to have probably a 2-hour prayer session at your mosque, right? A 2-hour prayer session, be it Friday or whatever day you want to call it for, and we will all come and pray.
No, Prem, we have been doing that for the past maybe about...
I'm speaking about for the Palestinians.
Yeah, but you know, as I said, about 6 months now, we have been doing that every Wednesday. Myself and the community, we gather and we make supplications and we ask God Almighty for the people of Palestine, for the Palestine people, for the people of the Gaza, for the people of different parts of the world that we know, people of different countries who are suffering under the atrocities of the oppressors of the world, the great oppressors of the world. And you know something? They are oppressors of the world, and people are looking at them as they are the saviors of the world. Prim? This is how upside it down.
And you know what they are saying also? It was prophesied to be that way. So they are carrying out the prophecy. So, just imagine.
I can't understand. You killing babies. You killing children. You killing, making people. You polluting the water. You destroying the hospitals. You destroying the schools.
Which God them serving, boy?
Wait now.
A God of hate?
I don't
a
know,
God of
boy.
crime, not a God of love?
I really and truly don't know what's going on in this world, boy. But again, people like myself, people like Prem, we are here all the time trying to identify. We ask people to call us, text us, send information for us so that we can continue highlighting those things on our program, Hard Facts. Okay? So again, my friends, as we sign off, we thank you all very, very much. May God Almighty bless us. May God Almighty unite our hearts as one. And may God Almighty forgive us for any anomalies that may have taken place in our program or elsewhere. We ask God Almighty to grant us goodness in this life as well as the next life. I thank you and a pleasant good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago.
Queen's Park Savannah in Trinidad. It is Sunday and we have a very, very calm weather here. And our people here have gathered in the thousands upon thousands to march around the savannah in solidarity with the people of Palestine. Okay? For the atrocities and all the crime and the sins and the suffering that have been perpetrated against the people of Palestine by the Israeli. And we here in Trinidad and Tobago, we have joined with the rest of the world in raising awareness and in giving support to the people of Palestine. Free the Palestinian people now.
Free, free Palestine!
So my friends, those of you who are locked on and you are looking at what is taking place, we are in full solidarity and we are showing love, respect, and we are trying to see our best, in our own little humble way. A message can be sent to those governmental agencies who are not seeing the atrocities that is being perpetrated upon the children, the widows, the orphans on both sides of the fence. Alright, so again, we are here at the Queen's Park Savannah in Trinidad and Tobago as we mobilize with our brothers and sisters showing solidarity to Gaza and to the people who are oppressed around the world. Alright, thank you.
Sorry,
Free, free Palestine! 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 Palestine will be free! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! From the river to the sea! From the river to the sea! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! From the river to the sea! Free, free Palestine! From the river to the sea! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine!